I held you high like holy ground, shared my secrets, led you in my house. Said you'd ride, said you'd never bounce. Soon as it rained, you just headed out. Phone in my hand, staring at the screen. Name never flashed when I couldn't breathe. I was on the floor, you were in the breeze. Guess forever came with a fine print fee. I needed you when my world broke down. You weren't there, you weren't there. My love is you when nowhere around. You weren't there, you weren't there. I screamed your name in an empty room. You let me talk into the air, to the air. I needed you, but you weren't there. You weren't there. Yeah, yeah. I replayed nights, all I got your line. Used to swear you'd show up every time. Funny how fast all the colors died. When I went dark, you just closed your eyes. Now you watch my story from far away, typing and erasing what you never